So let me stray. Please guide my way onto the path of my deen. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah, I'm calling your name. Oh, Allah.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome to another edition of your favorite program, Let's Talk, of course, on your favorite channel, Huda TV. Please remember, dear viewers from all around the world, continue to support us on our social media pages, facebook.com/Huda TV, as well as our YouTube channel where you can enjoy the live streaming at www.youtube.com/Huda TV. And you can catch up with me as well on facebook.com/Malik Eventual. Let's move forward and talk about our episode. Inshallah, we have a wonderful topic and a very special guest, I might add. A great topic that is really with the time, and that is media and public opinion. How does media shape public opinion? We'll get into that, and with an Azhar scholar and a researcher of public opinion and communication studies trainer, Brother Mukhtar Mandi. Assalamu alaikum, brother.
Alaikum salam. Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you. I'm really looking forward to this episode. And I'd also like the participants to also introduce themselves, inshallah ta'ala, starting from my right. Go ahead, brother.
Bismillah ar-Rahim. Abdullah Amir, 23 years old, senior student at Al-Azhar University, language translation.
Thank you for coming. And you also have an organization, a youth organization too, is that right?
Yeah, for sure.
Which is
called? SYS, Spread Your Skills.
Great, I like that. Inshallah, we'll do an episode, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Go ahead, brother. It's your first time on the program, I believe?
Yes.
Welcome, brother. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Wais Hassan, 22 years old, senior student at Al-Azhar University.
Thank you for coming, brother. I appreciate it. Go ahead, brother.
Abdurrahman Atta, 22 years old, Al-Azhar University, Faculty of Languages and Translation.
And I'm really happy to have you guys. We're going to have Brother Mukhtar speak about media and public opinion, and it's especially important considering these times as we are based in Cairo, and just in general, how important the media is and what role it shapes in our lives. So perhaps, Brother Mukhtar, if we can start talking about how our brain works with regards to media.
Great. Well, I'd like to think of your mind as like a computer.
Okay.
You have your input, processor, and then an output. Your inputs from media, from school, from family, from mosque, from a chair, from temple, everything around you is an input.
Right.
You receive it with all your senses. And the major contribution is media. About 60% of your input comes from media.
Well, when we say media, do we mean television?
Television,
Only?
social media, YouTube, internet, magazines, newspaper, ads in the street, everything considered is to be media.
Okay. Right.
And then we have the processing, the mental software you have in your brain that allow you to process this input in order to come up with the output.
Right.
The output being behavior, action, decision, emotion, attitude, all of this is the output. And think of it like who controls the input, ultimately control the output. You only have the processing part. You can control this part.
So, brother, is this happening, is the person aware of this, or does this happen without the individual really being aware of the input?
You actually be attentive to some inputs, but the whole input, you don't get control of it. Because when I'm here, I see this image, this image, this image, this man, and you. But I can't see him. I'm only giving attention to you.
Right.
So I can give some attention to some information, but the other information are coming toward me.
Yeah, right.
That's why we say that the central nervous system, the brain itself, is more of an inhibitor more than a stimulator. It inhibits all the information and just gets one focused on.
Right, okay, excellent point. Before we go any further, let's take the thoughts on your comments from our participants. Brother Abdullah, please comment on that. Let me know your thoughts about that as well. The statements of Brother Mukhtar. Our brain is essentially a computer, and the input, the output, of course, is affected by the input. Your thoughts?
Actually, like this is nice, like really, like kind of description of this. You are targeted to be exposed to like so many things in your life, like especially the media thing, like like while like driving your car, like finding like ads, like throughout the area. You understand me? Like you like when you found like a book or something, like you found like on the T-shirts and all these things, you're exposed to be like kind of like hundreds of media like messages.
You're just
Like,
a
and you get
target for advertising,
for sure.
basically.
Subconsciously, like, getting like subliminal, like kind of like, like messages, and this, like, all of you affects your decisions, affects your like kind of everything in your life, how you feel even.
Right,
Like some places, like, you feel like you're relieved. That's why, like, when you go to the desert or something like safari, like, you feel like kind of
Right.
nothing is around
Unplugged.
me, even like, not even like, Wi-Fi or anything, like any kind of signals around you. So like the media is like one of the biggest like kind of influences, like really influences like on your decisions on life in general.
Yeah, thank you, brother. Brother, go ahead. What are your thoughts? I mean, I come from the United States, and I do feel like I'm just an object, for advertisement. What are your thoughts on Brother Mukhtar's comments regarding the media? Especially now you live in Cairo, and there's a lot of things going on here. The media is everywhere. Go ahead.
Yes, in this point, I like just to say the brain receives like everything that we see, but who you are, you can control it, whether you accept it or not. Like it's not gonna like affect you if you just sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. It's not going to affect you if you don't let it affect you. You have to be aware of the input to control the output.
Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
yeah. Thank you, brother. Sure. Okay, brother, your thoughts?
Yeah, I agree with Mukhtar Abdullah and Awais. Media affects people all over the world, not only in Egypt, not only in the Islamic world. All over the world, media affects people. Media controls people. People in the street, on buses, everywhere say what the media is saying. They are repeating the television. You can watch the channel, this channel, and you can just re-watch this
On a
program
different
on the bus or on the street.
Yeah.
You can do this
Subhanallah, great
every
point.
time.
Yeah.
Every time media controls people. It depends on the person itself. It depends on the person that watches the television or listens to some radio channel, reads the newspaper. He's gonna be affected, or he's gonna be independent and think by his mind. As he said, be aware of what he's watching.
Sure.
Okay,
certainly.
there's a problem that we are gonna be affected always. The people are not making some effort to just think about what they are watching or what they are reading on the newspaper.
Right.
So the people all over the world are affected by the media.
Yeah. Thank you, brother. I feel like sometimes literally my brain is being literally washed, and I'm just reprocessing information that I heard on CNN, BBC, and all these terrible satellite channels based in Egypt as well. Brother, why do people believe what they believe? People are very passionate about their beliefs, and then when we question where did they get their information, it's always the same sources. So let's talk about that. Why do people believe what they believe?
Yeah, why people believe what they believe, how this belief came into their mental process, and how they will act towards these beliefs, how people process information, and the main important issue, how could you discover which softwares you run your brain with? Could you delete it? Can you upgrade it? And is there viruses or negative programs that affect your beliefs, affect your way of thinking, affect your way of receiving the information and processing it? It's like having your owner's manual of life. If you think of it, if you know how your brain works, and you know which information to receive and to give attention to, you will ultimately have some sense of control in your life. And the rumor is, your belief is made by the media. Your life is made by the media. Actually, when we go deep in the program, you will discover that everything you do is in somehow controlled or influenced by the media. Especially if you have a low self-image, if you have a low thinking process going in your brain, if you are not giving attention to the right or wrong, you will be easily deceived to have, you think you made that decision, but actually you are just conveying what you have entered into your brain.
And inshallah ta'ala, in the future segment, perhaps we can talk a little bit about subliminal messages as well. Brother Abdullah, as a young man, do you believe that the youth believe what they believe out of conviction? Like they have a belief system, and then they take the input around them, and then they make a decision based on their belief? Or is the input, the media, creating their belief system?
I'll tell you something, like life is getting like, like busier every time, like we have it. Yep. So the point is, like, people get busy, like with work, with transportation, with like kind of all this burden of life. So like I need to get like to know what's happening around me. So like open this channel like for 5 minutes and get my whole like belief from this channel or from like radio or from like a newspaper or like a magazine. So like or I'm like in rural area, like like they don't have anything but like those like TV channels or like this newspaper. So like this is the main thing, the main source of like information. They base like their own beliefs and their own like like they are satisfied with this. And this is like my own satisfaction. Like 5 minutes of spent from this channel or this newspaper, I read. When you like as you said, like they repeat. Like just sit with them for 5 minutes and you can tell like which channel they watch, which
Right,
like,
yes.
read like which newspaper they read.
Yes.
Because like they're reflecting what they're saying,
Yes.
repeating the same things, even with the same like expressions.
Yeah, I agree with you. We're going to take a quick look at some pictures momentarily, but really quickly, brothers, I just wanted to ask you just yes or no answer. Do you believe that people believe what the youth believe what they do because they have a conviction or because they've been influenced by the media?
Actually, because they already believe it from the when you believe in something, so you
You have this belief in your heart,
yes
and you won't be as affected by the
yes
outside.
it doesn't
What about you? Do you think the youth believe what they believe because they have
It depends on the person.
the majority
Yeah, the
these
person
days?
himself. Yeah, it depends on the person himself. For example, I see whatever I see every day. I watch whatever I watch every day. Everything affecting me. Sure, everything affecting me. But it depends on the person that he has his mind closed, or do I have space to think? Do I granted myself a space to think about this thing, what is happening in Egypt, what's happening the
In the
Islamic
world.
world, or
Right.
the whole world? Do I have the space? Do I gave myself the space to think?
Right.
Some people don't like to give themselves the space, the space
they
to
want to
speak.
be told.
Yeah, they want always to watch a channel that has the key for their mind, and they
Yeah.
open their mind and enter something, and this thing will be the belief that they live
Yeah.
in, the thing that they all believe
Believe
in.
in. Or
Without
pe-
thinking,
or people, they want the channel that just reinforces what they already believe.
Mhm.
Brother Mukhtar, we're going to take a look at some pictures, and this was an exercise that you wanted us to do.
Yeah,
If you can
actually,
explain it for the
before we
viewers.
go into this picture, we could have the first picture. Let me explain something. Explain how our brain is installed with these softwares. What are these softwares? And you see here in this image, we are now studying of individuals and groups, how they think about information, and therefore they behave based on their thoughts and mental images. And this will force you to reflect on your own way of thinking and reasoning. Sometimes this will bring conflict within you because you really want to believe something that may not be true. This image could change the way you see life. The first one is attitudes, likes and dislikes. Basically, everybody's prejudice, whether
Right.
it's about football, about some kind of food, about politician. And when you are prejudiced about something, you tend to behave about it the way like nobody else love it except you. And you tend to like people who have the same belief
Yes.
as you do.
Yes.
The second thing is beliefs, whether it's true or wrong. Let's say you have a belief that the world is fair.
Right.
It doesn't matter whether it is true or not.
Yes.
It matters whether you think it's true or not.
Yes.
This is a belief. This is another way of you processing information according to your belief. If you believe that the world is fair, every information you will take, you will process according to this belief. And you have many beliefs going around in the world.
It's like a filter.
Exactly. These are filters through we have filtering our information. And the third thing is schemas. This is bundles of information that you activate in your mind that help you take decisions. Like if I said a fire, gas station, a car, these bundles of information, this scheme. What does it give you? What do you come up with? An accident is going to happen. This gas station is going to catch on fire and the car is going to explode. These schemas make you think of that stuff. And after this, we have here is about signals and symbols.
Right. Of course.
No smoking signals.
Yes.
This is stimuli that induce you to behave and cause you to react in a certain way when you see this signal.
Yeah.
And it affects the way you see information
And
around you.
they've really done a good job to demonize Islam through symbols.
Exactly.
And images. Yeah, that's a great point.
And then orientation about you have people, some of us have peaceful, calm personality, others have rigid, inflexible personality, some people are authoritarian, some people are easy, some people are hard. And these differences tend to affect the way we process information.
Yeah, certainly.
And then, this is the most important one, personality, the sense of who you are, the self-image. And here, the media has a major effect on you, because it could make you feel good about yourself, positive about yourself, it could make you feel negative, bad about yourself, it could change the way you view life at whole. And after this, we have the values. Whether you have these values and principles or not, you will act and process information according to this value. If you see freedom is a value, you think it's a good thing, you will act and work towards it. You will like people who have the same value, and you tend to go away from people who don't value freedom. After this, the cognitive process. How could you link this stuff together? How could you link the attitude with the belief, with the personality, with the self-image, with the values? How could you link all of these into a cognitive process to use the information around you in order to come up with the output that we have been talking about? The last thing, as the most dangerous thing, groups. And this is going around in every place in the world. We just need to assign an issue for each group, and then we use this group as a shortcut for all these issues. If you like football and you like Manchester United, you know the colors they wear, what they like, where they play,
the players' names.
Exactly. What I'm doing here is giving you a bundle of information, assign some issues to this group, and then I just use the word Manchester United. It triggers all this information about you.
Or the image.
Or the image.
Yeah.
And the main problem here is, what if this man loves Liverpool? Think of it like this. You come in this room, and you don't know us, you like us, you keep talking to us, and we get to know each other, and all of a sudden, you discover that we are Liverpool lovers. What will you do? All of a sudden, because of this image, you will stop, you will have a negative attitude toward us. What happened?
And let's take a short break and continue this discussion, inshallah. You guys stay tuned. We're having an interesting discussion, really fascinating about media and public opinion, so stay tuned.
How perfect my Allah is, and I praise. Subhanallahi wa bihamdihi, subhanallah. How perfect you are, Allah, subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Do your part, a slogan often heard but rarely implemented.
We need to make sure that we are from those people who are asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to increase us in knowledge.
Doing our part for Islam needs both knowledge and actions.
You don't have to be able to present the whole of Islam, but at least you have to make sure that what you tell the people is what you know.
Subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back to Let's Talk. We're having a fascinating discussion about media and public opinion with my good friend, Brother Mukhtar Mahdi, an Al-Azhar scholar and researcher in public opinion and communications studies trainer, as well as our participants from right here in Cairo University, also from Al-Azhar University as well. Before the break, Brother Mukhtar, you were speaking about images linking together information in people's minds. For example, show somebody the image of Manchester United, and then perhaps another brother doesn't like Manchester, he likes Liverpool. For example, even our beard nowadays, I was actually attacked recently in the street because I have the image of having a beard, so people now have this image in their mind, this guy is bad. So they've done a great job of using this process, image, symbols, information, all this bad stuff, link it to that guy with the beard, or link it to Manchester United, or link it to the New York Knicks or whatever. So you brought with you, brother, 3 pictures.
Yeah.
We're going to take a look at the first picture now, and I want you to explain it and explain this little kind of demonstration or exercise that we're going to be doing, inshallah. If the brothers can get that picture up on the screen, that would be great, because I think this is a really important topic, images, media, and the role that it plays in shaping our conscious and subconscious mind. I mean, it's something amazing. If they can get that picture on the screen, inshallah.
Like we have said, that your mind's like a computer. You have an input, an output, and mental processing. And we spoke about the mental processing and that it's affected by your attitude, behavior, belief, value, everything. So let's see this picture.
Okay, it says there in Arabic and English. Go ahead and read it.
Where does this person work? And I want you and all of the audience here to tell me.
Brother Abdullah, you go first.
I think, like, you know, as it's like appears, like kitchen. Like,
So he works in a kitchen. What do you think?
I believe kitchen as well.
Kitchen?
The
Yeah.
same. The same here.
The
Yeah, like a
same?
kitchen, McDonald's, a
Kitchen.
restaurant.
yeah.
Great. So the same information, and all of you agrees that is a kitchen.
Yeah.
And let me think and tell you some good study made about conformity. The group conformity, it's like he's the strongest person here. He made the right call, and maybe he don't know whether it's a kitchen or not, but he is following him. The media makes
Right.
the public
Yes.
think that this is right.
Yes.
So maybe
yes.
you know that it's wrong,
Yes.
but because all people think it's right, you will go with them.
This is exactly what is happening now.
The
Exactly.
conformity.
Yeah.
The community is much bigger than you. The community is much powerful than you. If you want to cope, go with the community.
Yeah. And they demonize people just like that. And everybody agrees to it because of conformity, as you said.
Yeah.
Do you want to take a look at the second
Yeah,
picture?
the second picture.
Okay,
please.
let's take a look at the second picture. And Brother
So
Mukhtar,
was it a kitchen?
Yeah, it was a kitchen.
Okay, okay.
Thanks.
So, what does this person do for a living?
I can answer that.
Yeah, go ahead.
He looks like he's holding a crane. He's working in media or something.
Okay, maybe he's
Or-
working in media.
Or he's a fisherman, or he's shooting a gun.
Fisherman?
I'm not sure.
What do you think, Abdullah?
I think it's like a scientist or something because like he's holding a strange like
Scientist?
this is not like, you know, a machine gun, like, you know.
It's
like,
a media.
I
He's
don't know.
media. He's a
I
media.
think he's a media.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Weiss. Go ahead, brother.
Weiss, what do you think this man
Yeah.
do for a living? What's his work?
Holding camera.
He's holding a camera. You
Yeah.
think?
He's holding a camera. What do you think? He's holding a gun. No. Please bring the image back.
What do you think he is?
It is
brother?
gone.
You think it's a
gun.
gun?
Okay.
Yes.
So first you said he's working in the media. You think that
a
he's
scientist, I
a
think.
scientist?
Scientist.
So what is going on here? We need to see what's going on here. You have the same image, but different opinions.
Right.
Actually, this is the governor of Texas,
Oh, Allah.
and he's framing himself to be powerful.
Right.
Okay, so let's have the next image.
And by the way, this is happening now on YouTube. People show, especially in
same
Egypt now,
information.
the same information. Oh, it's this. Oh, it's this guy, this group. Oh, no, it's that group. It's the same information.
The same information, but different opinions, and we will tackle why this
Yeah.
happened now. But
Yeah.
let's have the next image.
Yeah, let's take a look at the next picture, inshallah, and we can take a look at this. Very interesting. That third picture, inshallah, the brothers in the control can get that going. There it is. What is wrong with this person?
Yeah, what do you think wrong with this person?
Go ahead with Abdullah.
Homeless.
Homeless? What do you think?
Otherwise,
Lonely.
Lonely?
What do you think?
Poverty.
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 Yeah, I agree. I think homeless.
Homeless, okay. Let's go to the next picture.
Okay. We have the fourth. There we. Oh, there he is. Thank you, brother.
Yes.
That's
Okay.
funny.
So who makes more money?
Well, for sure, the person number one.
What do you think,
Yeah,
Abdullah?
like in my first thought, like, you know, for sure, like the man with the nice, like, kind of white, kind of.
The doctor.
You know, yeah, the doctor for sure.
Okay. Let's see here what's going on.
Yeah.
He's trying to process the picture, try to get information out of
Yeah.
it, and use his mental process to come up with an output, the
Yeah.
decisions that who makes more money. What do you think, Weiss?
I believe the first one.
The
The,
first
doctor.
one?
Yes.
You?
Maybe the second one.
The second one.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So
It
it's the
depends.
same image,
Right.
but the answers are different.
Right.
Okay, let's have the last image.
If we, could
We
take
have
a-
another image, yes.
And the people may not know that was. There we go. There we go, Mark.
Oh.
And
Okay.
Go ahead, bro.
Which student makes better grades in their classes?
Student one or student two? Well, can I just say quickly, the previous picture, that was me in Ramadan's Pulse. Thank you, brother, season
Yeah.
2. And this is Brother Hossam. He's the supervisor for this program. Although we haven't updated the titter yet, he's doing a great job. May Allah bless him, Brother Hossam from Kafr Sheikh.
What do you think?
So what do you
Abdullah?
think, Brother Abdullah?
Who makes better grades?
Like, both are smiling. I cannot decide seriously, like, you know, they get.
Great.
Uh,
So, could you make a decision?
I think the second one.
Okay.
The
you?
second one as well.
You.
I think that I can't. I cannot make a
Who
decision.
Me
refuses
too.
to answer this question?
I can't. I'm just like you, brother. I can't make a
Yeah,
decision because there's
can
no
make-
Exactly.
indications. There's no
So
indication.
here we have come to a better decision. You refuse to answer this question because you see the information not enough.
Yeah,
Your
sure.
mental processes cannot take this information and come up with a decision. If
Sure.
we showed you this picture in the beginning, you would make a quick decision. But now you have a slow mental process. You are taking time to think and consider. You are telling me, give me more information so I can make a good decision. But also, the first picture was easy, has the same information, so we all could say that he is working in a kitchen. Simple information. But when the information gets more complicated, it is the same image, but we have different outputs because we use different softwares, we have different brains, we have different attitudes, we have different beliefs, we have different processes. So we perceive differently the same information.
Yeah, and this is an interesting topic for sure. We also have an interesting report that we put together. Brother Hossein, who we just saw featured in that picture, the brother with the beard. If we can take a look at that report now, inshallah, and I would like to get all your thoughts and comments on that. It would be great, inshallah. And of course, this is our episode about media and public opinion. So you guys stay tuned to Let's Talk and take a look at this report, inshallah.
With Allah, Allah, I'm calling your name.
A major U.S. Daily story about subliminal messages. I don't think we need to be subliminal.
Television is a massive mass hypnotist to the global mind. And what happens is it is implanting a belief in reality by the minute, and then once we take on that belief implanted, when information enters the eyes, we edit it on the basis of that belief. And so what the global population is subjected to, suffering from, is actually literally mass hypnosis. And when we talk about people who kind of start to see things and see the manipulation they couldn't see before, what do we say about them? What do they say about themselves? They say, I woke up. Exactly what they've done. When people start to go, hey, I can see it now, it's like someone has gone along, like the hypnotist, and clicked their fingers, and it's like, oh, I can see it now. Mass hypnosis. And that is the greatest hypnotist on the planet, and that's the basis of why it was created.
A 49-year-old unidentified man went berserk last
Where does she get her view of the world?
Shotgun. 14 people are dead, including 3
Who will be her
children.
role model? What values will she have? Whose child is she? Yours or the network's? Take back your children. Turn off the TV.
And when you start to research the subliminals in advertising and television, what staggers you is not what they do and what's there, but the scale of it. I mean, it's like our consciousness is being hit by an explosion of this stuff. Because you see, this is another interesting point. Experiments have shown that about 1.5 seconds before the conscious mind decides to take action, move its arms or whatever, speak, 1.5 seconds before it consciously decides to do that, the electrical signals have begun in the brain to do it. For me, the conscious level is the experiencer and observer of reality, but the subconscious is the creator of it, the generator of it. And this is why the Illuminati want the subconscious mind through subliminals. What does subliminal mean? It means below threshold. It's below the threshold the conscious mind picks up, but the subconscious mind picks everything up like a sponge. And therefore they are planting these thoughts into the subconscious, which then filter down into the conscious, and we think we're having our own thoughts, when actually they're implanted thoughts done at a subliminal level. And of course this is being used, this subliminal manipulation, in politics. I mean, of course we had that incident during the Bush-Gore farce of an election, when an anti-Gore political broadcast for Bush, they put a subliminal in of rats while they were talking, but they left it up too long, and you only had to play the tape back slowly, a little slowly, and up come rats as some anti-Gore statement was being made.
Welcome back to Let's Talk. Well, how nice was that old George Bush throwback when he says, "What about subliminal messages?" and he mispronounces it. I also really like the part when he said, "Whose child is this? Is it your child or the network's child?" And also hypnosis. We're essentially being hypnotized by these channels. And Brother Mukhtar, when he said they broadcast the image of rats quickly before they show the picture of Al Gore, so you don't understand that there's a picture of rats. So this is something, I mean, just outrageous.
Guess who knows more about you than you know about yourself? Media experts, communicators, marketing people, politicians. They know about your brain and your way of thinking and your way of reasoning, your way of taking decision, more about what you know. We know that the media loves the fact that your mind is like a magnet, and the stronger the stimuli, the more you get affected and attracted to it. Where there is a different stimuli out there, there's different messages, lots of input.
Sure.
It leads you to behave, and the public is eager to behave. Again, the public is eager to behave, especially during lots of stimuli, subliminal, lots of stimuli. And and that is what we want them to do. Okay, have you ever watched an ad of a product you have never thought of buying, and all of a sudden you decided to give it a try?
Right.
Yeah, sure.
It does happen.
Right.
Have you ever watched a movie or a talk show, and after you watch it, you ran to the first person and you want to tell him the story, you want to talk to him about what just happened? What do you have now? You are eager to behave. You are eager to have action. And here is the danger. Because not only the media give you the information that you received in the ad or the movie or the talk show or anything, but it pushes you toward making decisions.
Right.
And this is what they do in election season.
Right.
They want you to go out and speak to people,
about
persuade them about the man you're going to vote for.
Right.
And they push you toward making that decision to vote.
Yeah, and
they know more about you than you know about yourself.
And I hate to say it, unfortunately, I believe the media here in Cairo, they have actually effectively demonized people with beards, and they've actually convinced many people with this conformity to commit acts of violence.
We will talk about when we speak about framing.
Inshallah, yes, it's a great point. Brother, can I get your thoughts on the law about that report?
I loved it. Seriously, I'm going to search it again, watch it again and again, watch the whole thing. I love when you say, the greatest hypnotized, people like this, seriously.
Yeah.
We're I talk to them, guys, please. Shut the TV for a week or something. As they said, seriously. And just make up your own mind by yourself. Not just don't make others make up or take decisions for you. As you said, the media demonized the people with beard.
For example.
Why? When they see this, they remember what happened. The images they saw, the videos they watch, and the people. What about the talks and all these opinions? And, they respect them, they love them, they follow them. That's why they did decisions live your own life by yourself.
Right.
Make decisions. And I will support the shut down the TV or turn off the TV for 1 week or something.
And we'll have about a minute before the break, so if you guys can share your thoughts on that video as well.
Yeah, it's perfect, and I believe, as Mukhtar said, the media really affect the decisions.
Yeah.
But it depends on from one to another.
Yeah.
But not the beliefs. Actually, it's only the decisions.
The decisions. Okay.
Yes.
Go ahead, brother.
Yes, I like it so much. I was about to speak about the subconscious mind and the successful channels that are talking to the subconscious minds. I'll give you an example for that. I have for example, some friend, okay, and this friend doesn't believe that the Muslims are terrorists, and I believe in that. The Muslims are terrorists all over the world. No Muslim is not terrorist. Okay, so I went to him at the first time. You know that I hate the Muslims. Why do you hate them? I hate them because they are terrorists. They killed they killed the people all over the world.
Right.
They don't like us. So at the first time, he will never believe me. He will never do that. He will tell me, no, they're good. I
Right.
dealt with them before, and they're good people.
Right.
Okay, so right now I need a proof. I don't need to talk to his conscious mind. I need to persuade him by talking to the subconscious mind. So what I'm gonna do right now is to show him how is the Muslim is terrorist. How is the Muslim terrorist? Okay, so at next time I try to get him a proof. I got a picture
Right.
of some person, and he's with a beard.
beard, right.
Yeah, his beard, and he's wearing galabia or
A thobe.
yes, a white galabia.
Yes.
And I told him, you know, that person, he's holding a gun.
Right.
Why does he hold a gun?
He's a terrorist.
Maybe this person is a military person. Maybe this person has a gun, like everybody
Right,
has a
right.
gun, like
But you use
everybody.
subliminal message,
Yes,
yeah.
but this person has a gun. Why does he has a gun?
Brother,
Why does he have that?
I'm sorry to interrupt you. We'll continue this thought after the break. You have to take a short break. You guys
Okay,
stay
sure.
tuned to Let's Talk. We'll be right back.
Perfect my life and I praise. Subhanallahi wa bihamdihi. Subhanallah. How perfect you are, Allah. Subhanahu wa ta'ala. Subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Welcome back to Let's Talk. We have some more interesting topics going along with our theme, media and public opinion. Brother, I didn't mean to interrupt you before the break. However, you had made an interesting point. You had showed your friend an image. You had showed your friend an image about a Muslim with a gun
Yes.
because you want to speak to his subconscious mind. It reminds me of September 11th when they kept showing the image of the planes hitting the buildings to the
Exactly.
point where after 10 years they said, or a couple of years later they said, stop showing the image because it had a negative psychological effect on the people. It just kept over and over. The planes hitting the tower, the planes hitting the tower, the planes hitting the tower.
And
Why?
I can recall
To
it
make
when
Muslim terrorists.
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
Go ahead. If you could. Yeah, that was your main point. You had showed him a picture.
Yeah. After showing the picture, the friend will think about it. Okay. He may be a tourist, but
Right.
he may be not.
Right.
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 So we'll think about it. So I succeeded to make the friend to think about
Doubt.
being terrorist for the Muslim.
Right. You
Okay?
begin to link terrorism
Yes.
with Islam.
Okay, next step, I'm gonna make it sure. So I'm gonna bring a video, and I will show this video to this friend, and I will tell him that this Muslim is killing the people
Right.
because he's a terrorist.
Right.
And I'm repeating the word. He's
Yeah.
a terrorist.
Yeah.
He's a terrorist.
Yes.
After thinking about it, he will watch the video.
Yeah.
He'll be sure that the Muslim is terrorist.
Yeah.
But I want to make him more sure about it. So after anything will happen, for example, somebody's killed in our neighborhood. After that, after this person dying, I will go to the friend. You know, how did he die? No, I didn't know. Somebody killed him. Who was this person? A terrorist,
And that's
a
the final.
Muslim. Somebody with a beard. He entered his house and he shot him with the gun. He killed him. So right now, he's sure that the Muslim is a terrorist.
Yes.
As you said, the 11th of September, exactly what happened.
Yeah.
The media started to show the people.
Over and
yes,
over.
more pictures, more videos, and they're repeating the word
Yeah.
terrorist, and they're relating the word with a picture, Muslim
Right.
with a beard.
Yeah.
After that, the 11th of September happened.
Yeah.
You know who did that? Who? The Muslims,
Right.
the
Easily.
terrorists.
It's easily, yeah. Yeah.
This example for that.
Yeah, a great point. And actually, the war, because they need a war on the West, because they need a war on terror, they keep saying terrorists to the point where they actually have created people. They actually created
The mental
terrorists.
image.
Right.
And they recall the mental image when they won't.
Right.
So first, the process is about creating a mental image, and then I recall this mental image when I want you to behave or act,
Yeah.
because you are eager to behave when you see this information. It take me time to create this mental image step by step and make this group and make this issue about all these people.
Yeah.
And all you have now is the mental image. And I have a shortcut for this mental image and all these bad or positive things. All I say is negative, a shortcut.
Yeah.
Terrorist. And what you think of when I say 9/11, what do you think of? You see
Terrorist.
the plane crashing.
Yeah.
This process goes in your brain, and then you are afraid. You will
Take action.
take
yeah.
action. What action? Give me your vote.
Yeah.
I'm,
Your
I'm
subconscious
fighting
must-
Or,
terrorism.
you know,
Exactly.
or sponsor or support the war on terror, right?
Right.
Things of that nature. I also believe they've actually created terrorism because when someone is, if you are constantly accused of being a terrorist, at some point you kind of take on that personality. At some point, I believe this is true. Perhaps we can speak about psychology.
You mean like you create something that's not there,
right?
and by time you put people into it.
Yeah, it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Mhm.
You keep calling me a terrorist, so eventually I start behaving like one.
Exactly.
Perhaps when it becomes
It
interesting.
works more in advertisements when you call some people to buy something, and this something is new. Nobody have used it before. So what you make out of it is you keep repeating to these people the good mental image of this product.
Right, right.
And then they act and behave that it's good.
Yeah,
They have never used it
Of
before.
course. And like you said, the media
Yeah.
knows more about us than we know about ourselves, yeah?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they are studying us more than we take time to process and understand ourselves.
Right, okay, excellent. Brothers, we have 3 interesting topics perhaps we can get to. We do also have a report which we'll play shortly. The 3 topics were priming and framing.
Yeah.
And brother was talking about here, priming and framing. Perhaps you can explain it to us and we'll take the feedback from the brother, inshallah.
Priming and framing. Actually, it is very, very important in media. As we were speaking, creating a mental image, not only one mental image, millions of mental images in your brain, and make it more accessible. The word priming means I can make something that you have in your brain more accessible. So if I don't speak about 9/11 for a year, you tend to forget it.
Right.
You don't act toward it.
Right,
But
right.
all of a second, in one day, I make this accessible in your brain. 9/11, 9/11, 9/11, 9/11. What you're thinking now is 9/11 because you actually think what is accessible in your brain. You use information that's more accessible. How long have you studied chemistry? 10 years.
I didn't do.
You didn't study chemistry in high school. I mean in
science.
university.
Let's say science.
Or science.
Okay.
And now
I
you
don't remember
have
anything.
forgot about it. It's not accessible.
Yeah.
So when I speak about chemistry or science, you hate it because it's not accessible. If I want you to love it, I will use priming to bring up this
Right.
mental image accessible in your brain. How many times you read Al-Fatiha each day? 5 times. It's accessible in your brain. And then you act toward what's accessible.
Right.
You'll
right.
never
Yeah, of course.
forget.
Yeah, it's not
Exactly.
about- Because when we
Exactly
read it,
what happened last year, 11th of September. The people every year remember the casualties and the people and 11th of September. Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
but the media don't want the people. The media doesn't want the people to forget that the Muslims who killed those people.
Yes.
So what's
Supposedly,
happening?
they claim
Yeah,
that.
what is happening? Every 11th of September, we see the media is talking about the Muslims and the terrorists.
They are
those-
not talking.
Yeah,
They are
those-
triggering
yeah,
the mental
those
image
health.
in your brain.
Yeah,
Let me
and
say
I
something.
remember-
If
yeah.
I say elephant, what do you know now? What do you see now?
big elephant.
An elephant. You can't help but seeing an elephant.
Yes.
What if I say a car? You can't help it but to think of a car. So I trigger it without your command. Now I am
Yes.
in control of you. I say 9/11. I control what your mind is processing now.
Right,
And
right.
this is more about priming.
Yeah, last
Right.
year, 11th of September, they burned the Holy Quran.
Right.
Why?
Right.
They want to remind the people
Right.
Muslim did that.
Yeah.
Don't forget.
Yeah, and also, we're going to take a look at a report quickly here, but before we do that, also just log on to CNN.com right now. If you're at home and you guys log on to CNN.com right now, what do you see every day? Every day, something about terrorism, every day.
Correct.
Something about terrorism on CNN.com or BBC, any of these websites. Why? I believe this is priming.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we're going
We're
to
aiming at
we,
the
we
subconscious
won't
mind.
speak about priming and emotions.
Okay, inshallah.
Inshallah.
We're going to take a look at this report. We'll be right back to continue our discussion, media and public opinion.
Great.
Allah, I'm calling your name.
There was a question that why do the media only project the Muslims? Why? Why is it like that? That's what I said, that you have to ask the media why they do that. And according to me, if you analyze, they are afraid that if Islam spreads, they may not be able to enjoy. Enjoy in inverted commas, no quoting, no dancing, no pornography, no prostitution, no raping. Previously America was after communism. Communism went, now they're after Islam. War on terrorism, war on terrorism. War terrorism. Killing innocent people, thousands of people, attacking Afghanistan, a country which is the least equipped. A country which is the most equipped is attacking a country least equipped and saying war on terrorism. War terrorism. They're afraid that if it spreads, even after that, even after all this, even after 11th of September, do you know that after 11th of September, in the span of 9 months, according to CNN, 34,000 Americans accepted Islam. Whatever they do, today the media attacks women, Islam does not give right to women. Do you know out of those people accepting Islam in America and Europe, 2/3 of them are women? If Islam is against women rights, then why will the American women accept Islam? Why will the European Muslims? Why will the European women? Why will the European woman? Why will she accept Islam? So here we find out that these people do research of the truth and they accept Islam. How much the media strives? Allah says in the Quran, in Surah Al-Imran, chapter number 3, verse number 54, Makaru makarallah wallahu khairul makirin. They plan and plot, Allah too plans. Allah is the best of planners.
Welcome back to Let's Talk. I hope you enjoyed that report from Dr. Zakir Naik. We're still here, Brother Mukhtar. Brother Mukhtar, we only have 2 minutes left.
Great.
I want you to speak about framing and agenda setting. Inshallah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Framing, in a quick saying that I frame something and I can frame anything to be positive, negative, dangerous, lovable, hateable, anything. I can frame anything. For example, a plane crash can be framed. If I say a plane has a 500 passenger and then 400 survived, 100 died, which will make the news? This is framing. Right. I frame the news to be negative or to be positive.
You mean you will say 100 survived, or will I say 400 died?
Exactly.
Right.
Which question will I ask?
Right,
the 100 who survived, who died,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the agonies, the families have sorrow, and show you how they died, or the 400 that survived, and the man who's going back to his fiancée and getting married. So now I'm giving you a positive image or a negative image. I frame the news. I choose which to project and which question to ask.
Right, right.
Agenda setting.
Like you said before the episode, there's a war over here, there's a battle over here, but they're going to show Malik getting divorced, for example. So, you know, something like that.
This is agenda setting.
Okay.
This has been a subject of study for many years. One example, the media play is agenda settings.
Right.
They ask the questions and they tell you what's important, what's not important. The media influence has gone beyond whether to choose to report or not. The media now is creating the news. Yes. The media rule now is more profound as it shapes and modify what you think about this issue. It's playing a teacher role. It tells you what to think about it and what to behave about it. And if there are 5 events going on today, the media will choose which one to report and how it will frame it, positive or negative, and how it will tell you to think about the news they chose for you. So to sum it up, people's perception of reality is people's reality. You see things the way you are, not the way they are. Yes. And always take time to work on your mental process in order to gather more information to come up with a better decision, better behavior, because we perceive differently.
Yes. Barakallahu feek. Thank you for your time. And I really learned during my time in the media, you know, there's no such thing as news. News channels create the news. They pick the topic. Like this program, we pick the topic, we pick the reports, we pick the guests, we pick the host, we pick the decor.
we make it more
created.
accessible.
Yeah, so this is definitely something to take into deep consideration. You guys, thank you for your time. I certainly appreciate it. I look forward to seeing you guys in the future episodes, inshallah. Of course, we want to thank the viewers at home as well. Of course, we want to thank Allah Azza wa Jalla for giving us the strength to make another episode of Let's Talk. So until next time, we leave you in the care of Allah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
How perfect my Allah is, and I praise Him. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi. Subhanallah. How perfect you are, Allah. Subhanahu wa ta'ala. Subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah, Allah, I'm calling your name, Allah, I call you, I need you, Allahu Akbar, Allah, your mercy is great.